the weekend is upon us, and that means just lots of cricket action. And when there's lots of cricket action, that means we are all here to talk about it, to discuss it, to pontificate upon it. Hello and welcome to MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Mr. Harsha Bhogle, Mr. Simon Doull.
What have you got in that tea? It's causing you to use words like pontificate.
What? By the way, what makes you think it's tea? It's Friday night. Youth, yeah? It is tea. I'm really
Save that for later. Save that for later.
I'm really... Listen, with the kind of things that are happening, you've got to start drinking at 10 in the morning these days, right? Because I have no idea what's going on. I took one day off yesterday for my birthday. And what drama has happened? That last over... By the way, we will talk about it because there's a lot to talk about. I figure if we start talking about it right now, we might just go into the game. So let's talk about the game first and then we'll come back and talk about that last over. So right now, we're going to talk about the game. There's the one game today. It's the Kolkata Knight Riders who are hosting the Delhi Capitals. The Kolkata Knight Riders obviously probably in a state of shock after what happened in the previous game. And the Delhi Capitals who create a sense of shock amongst their fans for no rhyme or reason sometimes. Here's the points table. Have a look at it. Kolkata is sitting reasonably pretty at 8 points, but there's a little traffic jam going on there. And if Delhi wins today, the traffic jam gets even worse, doesn't it?
Well, it's more like a Delhi traffic jam.
Yeah,
if they come up a bit further, isn't it?
Everybody colliding into each other.
Exactly.
Delhi traffic jam.
Exactly. That's what happens in Delhi more often than it does in Mumbai. Seems to move a little.
Yeah.
Not as freely.
We are calm.
It seems to move a little bit more.
The thing is, we know there's not much space.
Yeah.
So the little there is, we respect.
Exactly.
Delhi, the problem is there's just too much space. So it's like, wee.
And I think this is a pitch that suits the Delhi team.
Yeah.
Not only their bowlers, but their batsmen. I said this last night or maybe earlier this morning. Their younger, talented batsmen will love pace on the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what I think they will thrive today. I think this is a pitch that they're happier being away from home.
They've been wanting this pitch at the court line. They haven't got it.
No, I mean, it's like India have got a history of playing Davis Cup on grass. India have got good players, and you suddenly play on the slower surface because that's how you want to play.
Yeah.
Delhi have got a side tailor-made for playing on good, bouncy, nice tracks. But one nahi bani aisi, kya kare?
What can you do? The good thing is, their mentor Saurav Ganguly, and who doesn't listen to Saurav Ganguly in Kolkata, right? He prepared this pitch 2 years ago for Delhi Capitals.
Who doesn't listen to MS in Jaipur? You have to listen.
You got to do it, right?
But in this case,
well, who doesn't listen to MS in Jaipur? Apparently as well, right?
Correct.
I thought we were going to come back to that after.
We're going to come back to that. I'll keep just segueing into it every now and then. I'll tempt you guys. Just when you want to talk about it, I'm like, no, not now. Reel it back in. We're reeling it back in right now because we're going to talk about these teams as well. Delhi, of course, will be aching for a win, as Simon is saying, their kind of pitch. They've made one change to their team. They've got in Chemo Paul. He comes down right at the end in place of Sandeep Lamichhane. Obviously, no surprise. If this was Eden Gardens 3 IPLs ago, Lamichhane would have been the first name written.
Yeah, so pace on the ball for Chemo Paul. They've got Rabada, Morris, Sharma, and now Chemo Paul. So 3 genuine pace bowlers and a sort of a very, very good quality all-rounder. And the spin of Akshar Patel to back that up if required. And Tewatia.
I'm a little perplexed, though. I think they've got batting to 8. Rahul Tewatia can bat.
Right.
They've got batting till number 8. I would have picked the better bowler rather than a bowler who can bat.
Bolt.
So I might have gone Trent Bolt rather than Chemo Paul.
Especially in Delhi, especially in Kolkata, where I'm pretty sure Trent Bolt has had some success against India.
But he's just got better pedigree. So unless he wasn't available for some reason, if you got batting till 8, and given that bowlers are changing the course of the game, I'd just have gone with the better bowler.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that Delhi team up again, right? Just have a look at it. Just have a look at the batting, right? Now, they have had an issue with the batting is that sometimes after the top 3, 4, they tend to fall away towards the end. But that given, there's...
but Rabada
comes at 9. That's batting till 9. Rabada can hit a ball.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
And Ishant can block.
If you're
Ishan has blocked. Hang on one second.
If you're worrying about
number 11,
if you're worrying about batting at 9 and 10, you've lost the game.
That's right.
You pick your team. Batters do your job. If you bat well in a 20-over contest, you're very rarely going to be more than 4 or 5 down anyway.
Yeah,
Rabada's perfectly
and
capable of
Rabada's fine at batting 9. I mean, I don't. I'm with you, Harsha, on that. Actually, I would have gone with Trent Bolt perhaps, just because he's more experienced. I know he didn't have a great first 2 outings, but in these conditions with pace and a little bit of swing around, I mean, he's so dangerous. We know how dangerous he can be.
There's a little bit of zip. Suppose a little bit of zip, and you tend to have that in Kolkata. You've got Bolt, Rabada, Morris, Ishant. You got 16 overs there,
Yeah.
potentially 16 overs there. So I'm just a little surprised.
Yeah, but then Delhi's done this. Whether they're the Capitals or the Daredevils, they make one or two choices, which makes you go, hang on a second, what's going on there? We'll probably find out. Maybe Trent Bowl was indeed unavailable. All right, you get a chance to pick your team as well, right? On MPL, My Super Team. So on your Super Team, this is how you do it. You go download the app. There's the one game today, of course. So you pick that game. You make your team, you register it, you take part in the contest and win lots of prizes. It's really as simple as that. It's really as simple as that. I'm going to give you a piece of shocking news. If you're a Kolkata fan, just calm down. Everything is all right. Don't worry about it. KKR has made 3 changes. This is a rare day. This is a rare day.
Must have been forced on them.
Yeah, they were, I think.
It's like Kolkata. The last change that took place in Kolkata, like in England, was 17th century or something. Kolkata doesn't make changes. Sorry.
Nice.
Just the freedom that this program offers.
Yeah, no, but also it allows you to use humor from your youth.
Just because you just turned 50.
I mean, it was not around in the 17th century, but apparently things at that time were quite interesting.
Well, I was going to say 18, then I thought I'll throw up 17. But new openers. New openers. All of a sudden, I mean, the other day they put on 65, Narayan and Lynn.
Yeah.
Then after that they only put on 8.
Yeah.
Today, 2 new openers. Because both are gone. They're going to play Joe Denley.
Yeah.
Who both
Will they open? Will they open with Joe Denley?
Yeah, I mean,
will they finally give Shubman Gill a chance? They've been talking about Gill.
He's got to bat at the top of the order.
Yeah.
Without those two, he's got to bat at the top of the order. They've got to give him an opportunity to show what his capabilities are. Yeah. And he's a different player to Prithvi Shaw, but to me, he's got to bat at the top of the order. They're wasting him.
Yeah. They can go back to Robin at 3, open with Shubman Gill maybe.
Yes.
Denley and Gill, Uthappa 3, Rana 4, Karthik 5.
Yeah. So the rest just play according to their position. Why? You've lost 2 openers, yes, but don't make so many changes, right?
100%. Leave the rest of your order as steady
3, 4,
as it
5,
can
6.
be. 3, 4, 5, 6. Russell will bat ahead of Brathwaite, I feel.
Yeah.
And then again, they've got so much power there, and Lockie Ferguson in as well. So
and Denley can bowl as well. So they've
got obviously Harry Gurney's come down with a little bit of a niggle, or maybe he's sick, or maybe they're just saying there's so much more pace and bounce in this. That he's been so good, Harry Gurney, with those slower balls. This is not really a surface that's going to suit him.
Yeah.
So they would rather use Lockie Ferguson with genuine pace.
Yeah, so, they've got a lot of bowling options. They've got a lot of batting options. With KKR, it's still a scrappy side. I mean, there may not be Narayan and Lane, and they're big guns. Really, there's no argument about that.
Yeah, they had picked Joe Denley as a like for Sunil Narayan.
Yeah.
Goes at the top, but he's been around for a long time, Joe Denley. He came back in because he was bowling these little spinners in T20 cricket. And so he's a like for Sunil Narayan. He'll give you a few overs. He's the 7th bowler in that side.
Yeah.
Because they also got Carlos Brathwaite.
Yeah.
Where's Carlos Brathwaite playing? Back at the Eden Gardens.
Remember the name.
But Ben Stokes has already finished conceding all his runs yesterday.
That's right. He gave them away yesterday. He was like, hey, Brathwaite's coming tomorrow. Hang on one second. It was not yesterday. It was today. It was
earlier.
Like all good IPL games.
Like all good IPL games, 2-day cricket, right? It was still Stokes going for runs in the last over on the same day that Brathwaite is going to be batting at the Eden Gardens. On the same day that Saurav Ganguly is coming to the Eden Gardens, but in Delhi clothing. There is some really bizarre stuff going on.
And as president of the CAB.
Yeah, there's really bizarre stuff going on today.
How does that actually work with Saurav?
He's not in his deposition. He said, "I hold no position in the BCCI, and so I'm not in conflict with the BCCI in taking up this position at Delhi Capitals."
That's fine. I understand that, but as the Cricket Association of Bengal has nothing to do with Kolkata Knight Riders.
No, it doesn't. They rent the ground.
They rent the ground off.
Yeah,
so he's fine to do what he's doing, isn't he? I mean, that's how I read it. I look at it and I think he's with the Cricket Association of Bengal. That's fine, but they are a separate entity to Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yes.
He's free to do whatever he likes as long as he's not in breach of any contract.
They are not connected at all, except the fact that they lease the ground for the duration, and the ground staff works on it.
Except that if Saurav Ganguly wants, if Delhi Capitals want a really nice pacey track, and Saurav Ganguly might suggest to the groundsman it's not a bad idea. Anyway.
The thing is,
But Saurav is Saurav, doesn't matter.
you know, there's no secret of what kind of pitches Saurav likes, because he did that to the Eden Gardens ever since he took over at the CAB. He changed that from that slow, sluggish, turning, 3 spinners KKR kind of ground into...
I mean, can you...
Well, everything he wanted as a player,
Yeah.
he doesn't want as an administrator. So that's all it is. It's fine. I got no problem with that. He didn't never wanted pace and bounce. He came to New Zealand and they did not like it at all when it was green and pacey and bouncy.
That 2002...
Oh, that was that. I must admit, we went over the top.
Yeah.
In 02, we went over the top. Like, I've not even... You don't.
It was
see
long
any-
balls.
Well, you couldn't... You did not know where the pitch was. Unless there was white lines,
Yeah.
you would have had not a clue whether it was the rest of the block or whether it was just the pitch we were
But the only way you could find out where the pitch was because that's where the cows and goats were coming to graze.
No, that wicket was made in association with Tourism New Zealand.
Yeah.
So that once the game got over in 2 days, we could all go and enjoy the country
Correct.
for the next 3 and
Correct.
spend money going around the
There
country.
you go. Oh, I thought you said let's make the pitch look like meadows.
It was a meadow.
It did.
I promise you it was a
did.
meadow.
Exactly what
Ended
it
in
was,
2
wasn't
days.
it? All right, listen, who are the 2 people on either side behind the wicket, right? You've got Dinesh Karthik, you've got Rishabh Pant. For the last couple of months, there's been a lot of debate about the fact that both of them are basically fighting for one boarding pass, right? Virat has said, and I always qualify this by saying Virat has said that IPL performances don't matter and it's the one-day performances. But I mean, it would play your mind, right?
I think it's playing on all of their minds at the moment. Even those that you would think are guaranteed selection,
Yeah.
they seem to be a little bit tentative. The one that's not so far has been KL Rahul. He's been the standout Indian batsman in this IPL so far, and he seems to have been one that was at times talked about whether he would, whether he wouldn't, but it hasn't affected him.
Yeah.
And you look at these other guys, I think it's affected them. I mean, I know Raidu yesterday was very good, but Rahul's been outstanding.
This is the last week, or the current week that's running and getting over now. There you go. Vijay Shankar. Actually, Vijay Shankar through this tournament, he hits a couple of big ones, but he's not. I mean, but KL Rahul, once you get 100 like he got against Mumbai, everything else pales in
Nah,
comparison.
he's got to go. He's got to go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's always in my team.
But does he go as number 4?
No, I think he goes
He goes
as
as
reserve opener.
As a reserve opener.
And that is why everybody is hoping. We're talking about Pant, we're talking about Karthik, but the guy, if you're looking from an India perspective, as opposed to a franchise perspective, the guy you want to score runs today is Shikhar Dhawan.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can I
He
just
needs
ask you one more question? Which is that...
Do you have a choice?
You know,
Oops, sorry.
or I may not ask it. I may just give a comment.
Okay, ask Dooley.
All right,
I
come
just
on.
may give a comment.
Come on then.
But this thought just came that if KL Rahul is in your team and he is your reserve opener,
Yeah.
he can be your reserve wicketkeeper as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that Dhoni is a bull. He's going to play pretty much every game. If you need some backup,
It is
you got him.
something I suspect has entered people's minds in the last week or so, now that Rahul is scoring runs.
Yeah.
Can we take Vijay Shankar in the side? And do we therefore need to take either a Karthik or a Pant? Do we just take Vijay Shankar, who can be an option for Kedar Jadhav at number 6 if it comes to that? And still take Ambati Rayudu, and Rahul plays as the second keeper.
Yeah.
I don't know, but remember, it's a long tour. There's 9 games.
Yeah.
So if Dhoni is injured for 3 games, but he's going to play the 4th after that, do you want to risk KL Rahul keeping for 3 games? Because if you can't change Dhoni, you change him, then he's out of the tournament. He can't come back again. So a situation like those, do you want a second keeper?
And that's worst case scenario. I think you can go in with, with MS Dhoni. He just doesn't get injured. He's supremely fit.
But he doesn't go down, walk onto the ground either.
No, but I mean, he got hit on the head last night. I mean, he was a little bit tired. I think that was affecting the running between the wickets last night a little bit as well.
Very tired.
But he doesn't get injured. So I think you can possibly look at that and think, if he's injured, he's probably ruled out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So therefore, you can take another one in. But if KL, I mean, he's more than capable up to the stumps. He's not a part-timer. I think he's slightly better than a part-time keeper.
Yeah.
And he does keep a reasonable amount to spin. And that's the key, because you're going to play 2 quality spinners, no matter what. You'll play 2 quality spinners. So you need to be able to keep wicket to spin. Otherwise, in that one-off game where you have to keep, you need to be able to keep well to spin. And he does that reasonably well, I think.
There's 2 wristies. That's my only concern.
Yeah, it's 2 wrist spinners. So, well, I don't know. I mean, India's played
As a batsman,
with Rahul
he's gonna read
Dravid.
them.
With Rahul
As a batsman, he's
Dravid
gonna read them.
as wicket keeper.
Look, that was a big call. I wonder, it's a good call actually. You must ask someone like Sourav Ganguly, who asked Rahul Dravid to keep wickets. Who's the better keeper among KL Rahul and Rahul Dravid?
Yeah.
I think KL Rahul doesn't mind keeping wickets. Rahul Dravid hated keeping wickets.
I think KL's a far better keeper. I mean, I watched Rahul keep at times, and I think he was a reluctant keeper. And more of a stopper.
Yeah. He said to me once when he was packing his kit, he said he tried so hard to forget packing his keeping gloves. And then just as he was leaving, he dumped them back in.
And I know this may sound a bit off the wall as well, but I could see Vijay Shankar batting 4 and doing that role as the. If you go in with 5 genuine bowlers and Kedar Jadhav, I think India might be in trouble.
Yes.
I really do. I think they might be in trouble. And I think given opportunity and given time, it's a nice long tournament, if Vijay Shankar bats 4 in that tournament for India, I think he will have at least 4 or 5 quality innings to help India win that tournament.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's a big call. But right now, listen, we're just throwing this up about KL Rahul. There are 2 people whose names have been in contention. There's Rishabh Pant, there's Dinesh Karthik. And the problem with both of them has been this tournament especially, and with DK last year he was finishing games. This year that's not happening. He's not getting those scores. As you can see, he's got the 150. With Rishabh Pant, he had a prolific year last year. Then he's got test hundreds, etc., through the year. And he'd be disappointed with his showing till now in the 7 games, the 6 games that he's played.
What do you want? What do you want to take? I think that's the question. If you're going to take one of these 2 as a part-timer, what do you want? Do you want a quality team man who will never, ever get grumpy or disappointed at missing out and be the best 12th, 13th, 14th man you can possibly get? If that's what you want, DK goes every time.
Yeah.
He goes every time because he's one of the loveliest guys playing the game of cricket. And he will never begrudge anyone's success. He will never not do his job as a 12th, 13th, 14th man. And if he has to keep, he'll do a brilliant job at it.
Yeah.
The other guy, Rishabh Pant, on the other hand, will be, he wants to play. He wants to perform. Will he be the best 12th, 13th, 14th man if he's got to do that the whole tournament? I'm not sure. Kevin Peterson was asked to go and do an interview with him at Mumbai after the Delhi game. He walked sidelines, sat there. He was asked to do a little piece for the show, and Rishabh Pant said, I don't do interviews.
Oh, really?
And I couldn't catch my breath.
Yeah.
He turned to Kevin Peterson and said, no, I don't do interviews.
Wow. That is...
Who's the better keeper, though?
Shocking. Sorry?
Who's the better keeper?
Who's the better keeper? DK perhaps is the better keeper. Also, maybe you can't judge Rishabh Pant in the 3 or 4 one-days that he's played. I think he's only been wicketkeeper in 2 or 3, right? On 2
Rishabh Pant
after...
has hardly played any one-day international cricket.
He's played 4.
Hardly ever. So who's the more explosive player? Yes, maybe Rishabh Pant.
Absolutely.
But Dinesh Karthik's numbers are not bad either as a finisher.
Yeah.
Has Rishabh Pant batted enough in a 50-over game? No, he hasn't.
He's terrifically talented. I mean, he's incredibly talented, and his time will come. But if what I was just saying, if you're looking for someone who's predominantly going to carry the drinks, DK's your man.
Yeah.
If that's the way they want to go. And if they take KL and don't take either of them, well, then maybe all those other problems are solved as well.
That is very interesting.
Not too long to go.
No. Not too long. Just a few days. Just a few days.
Australia picking their team
what I'm upset about is that once that happens, we love discussing it.
And there's nothing left to discuss after that.
You're just like, oh no, this is the team. That's just so... it's more fun preparing for the party than actually going to it sometimes.
It is. Because once it's all done, it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
You've only got 1 or 2 days of discussion.
Yeah.
When you're leading up to picking a team, you've got months of discussion. The number 4 has been the greatest hashtag, hasn't it, in the last month.
We've had my WC squad, which is not about the restroom, it's about your World Cup squad. So we've had that. And all the discussion, the WC squad will be flushed.
You didn't say that.
It'll be flushed. I said this.
I mean, you said a lot of outrageous things, but you didn't say that.
It's so weird when you see it.
Yeah.
This is what Abhideep and Ajit had chosen, right, as my WC squad. And unfortunately, you don't have a choice with Ajit because otherwise he won't bring my car out at night. So therefore, I just, that's what I got to do. You got to do what you got to do. All right. Moving ahead, there's 2 other people. One who Harsha did name, Shikhar Dhawan. You want to see Shikhar getting some runs, and Shikhar has not got those till now. And he's been looking kind of by blocky. I mean, like it's almost like he's not flowing. He's not flowing like he does. It's like a block.
Tentative.
Tentative. Tentative in the 2020 is tentative.
No, he's more than tentative. He's 20-tative.
So
See, when I'm with you, I crack these terrible jokes. I
they're
don't know
really
why.
good jokes.
Terrible.
You associate with the millennials when you
But
say stuff
he's
like
tentative.
that.
He's
So what's
tentative.
happening with him?
I'm dragging it back.
What is happening with him? What does he need to do to get out of? Because you've seen him enough. You've seen him enough in the last
He's been
decade. You've
excellent
seen him get
surface.
out of these.
Excellent surface. I mean, I saw him once in a test match. He could have made 200, 250 in a day.
Yeah.
But he got a good surface. You get a good surface here. He gets a few off the middle of the bat. He gets a 40-50, he'll be a different player. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
When he's timing the ball, and so when the ball's coming onto the bat, and it will today, it'll come onto the bat nicely. It'll skid on later on when Delhi have to bat. That's when he's at his best. When he has to go searching and force the issue, I think that's when Shikhar has sort of tended to struggle a little bit, when it's pace off and he's got to go searching for something. But you watch tonight, if he gets half a chance, that ball coming onto the bat quickly, and he's just able to just punch and time the ball, that's when he just looks majestic.
Yeah, he does. There's Kuldeep Yadav as well, and his form, you might say, it's a bit of a worry because it's almost like they've figured him out, right? He's got just the 3 wickets in the tournament.
Do you know, he's also playing a lot of Indian batsmen.
Yeah.
And Indian batsmen, when the ball comes slowly through the air, they use their feet so well that they will play Kuldeep well. He's got one big advantage at the World Cup. You know, he's got peculiar numbers. As series goes along, his numbers start to taper away.
Right.
But in the World Cup, he's playing a new team every day.
Correct.
So he'll be all right. I'm not as worried about it.
Not as worried.
Bigger grounds for the most part in England as well. Much bigger grounds, it just depends on. And I haven't got India's schedule memorised in my mind. I mean, do they play the Oval?
They're everywhere.
They play the Oval.
Yeah, they play the Oval. They play at
Nottingham. They play Nottingham.
Manchester.
Nottingham.
See, Nottingham's not massive.
They
Depending
play
on where
Manchester,
you play.
Leeds, Southampton.
Okay, Leeds is a big ground. Manchester's a big ground. Southampton's a big ground. The Oval's a big ground.
Big ground.
So, you know, you've got to remember that most of these boundaries will be probably 5 to 10 yards further back than half of the grounds in the IPL. There are some big grounds here in the IPL as well. But, he's a quality bowler. He'll be fine. He'll
be fine.
I wouldn't be worried about T20 performances for Kuldeep Yadav. I'd look at his Indian performances in the last year and a half, 2 years, and say he is an absolute shoo-in and should play every game.
And he'll have Dhoni as keeper again to tell him which ball to bowl when.
That is right. That is important.
Correct.
I mean, one of the series I heard on the stump mic. I actually heard on the stump mic Dhoni telling him in Hindi, "You bowl every ball, now just figure out which one to bowl when."
Oh.
So he says, "You bowl everything, now decide, now set up, you know."
But then once you've got an experienced head like Dhoni telling you which one was, just easier, isn't it?
Yeah, but after
just
a while,
you tell me. You're my big brother. You tell me.
but after a while, you let the child leave home. Right?
Yeah.
After a while, he's got to figure out himself. So maybe that's a factor, or maybe he just thinks, Dhoni's there, I'm feeling better.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe
now,
that's what it is.
But
I
now
don't
the
know.
children have got to figure it out because the father's going to be leaving home soon, right? He's going to be leaving home, so you better figure out what you're going to do. Well, yesterday, the father, who's been beating father time for the last few years, not many of you thought he'd be there for the 2019 World Cup, but he's there, he's looking good, and he's strong.
I didn't.
What happened last night, gentlemen? I was not here. What was this drama?
There was a lot of drama. I think Dhoni lost it briefly.
Yeah.
But in losing it briefly, he also told us that it can happen to him as well. He's not this ice cool, captain cool every time. He's a bit like us too.
Stephen Fleming said in the post-match conference, and I liked what Stephen Fleming said. Stephen Fleming said that there was confusion. Yeah. We were not getting clarity standing outside. We didn't know what was going on. So MS just jumped in. He said, I don't know whether it's right or wrong.
And to make it worse,
that was his reason, that he wanted to know what's going on.
To make it worse, the straight umpire, the umpire standing at the bowler's end, has clearly gone no ball.
Yeah.
Square leg says no. Now, I think the protocol, Doull, you probably know better than I do, the protocol is, before you call, you just sort of check with the square leg umpire.
Yeah, it's just a little glance, and he'll give you the nod or not.
He does that.
There's no issue with, I mean, it's not right nor wrong. The standing umpire at the bowler's end is allowed to call it.
Yeah.
If he wants to call it, he can call it straight away. The protocol is a little look at the square leg umpire and then a nod, unless it is genuinely, going through head height and he can go straight away. But the protocol is that he can call it. There's no issue with that. I didn't read what Stephen said, but Stephen is very diplomatic.
Yeah, there was a diplomatic answer. He said MS has his own reasons, you ask him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, look, I know he was he thought he was doing exactly what was best for his team to gain some clarity in the situation. Was it right? Who am I to say whether it's right or wrong? Do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with it. I don't agree that that's what he should have done. But at the end of the day, there seemed to be an enormous amount of confusion out in the middle, and he wanted some clarity. And he wanted you're in a boxing match.
A cauldron, yeah.
It's emotions take over. Do I understand why he did it? Absolutely. Would I have done the same thing? Probably. Anyone in that situation would probably have done the same thing. I can imagine 5, 6, 7 captains that I know of that would have run out onto the pitch.
Shakib did that in the Nidahasa Trophy.
Yeah.
Shakib did that in the Nidahasa Trophy, same thing.
Got fined.
I
have a question, and both of you will be able to answer it. But if there's confusion, if 2 umpires are disagreeing with each other, why not go to the 3rd umpire? There's the 3rd umpire sitting with the TV.
Yeah, that's exactly the issue, and that's what should have happened straight away. It shouldn't have got to a point where there was so much chat, so much confusion, Jadeja walking over to the square leg umpire trying to find out what was going on.
It's like a gully cricket match.
It was sort of like everybody having their say, Ben Stokes coming in, and all of these guys, all they wanted was clarity, because it had been called, and then they tried to rescind it, which just didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
As soon as they got together, Bruce Oxenford, and I said this again last night, he should have gone, look, we need to go upstairs and have a look at it. We need to get clarification straight away. If they'd done that, there's no reason for MS to even walk on the field. And he wouldn't have walked on the field if they'd gone straight away like that. He wouldn't have felt the need to, because it would have been cleared up.
But how is it, I want to know, how is it that one umpire's call in the second, how do you decide who gets to overrule?
Correct.
Well,
Is it because he's senior? Is it because Oxenford is senior and you've got a junior Indian umpire?
But also, unless it's a terrible mistake by the umpire standing at the bowler's end, there's still a team, right? There's still a team. Straight umpire, square leg umpire. No, so okay, not straight. Umpire standing at the bowler's end and umpire standing at square leg. There's still a team. So unless this person's made a serious mistake, should the square leg umpire be saying, no, you're wrong. It wasn't.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, this umpire was not wrong.
He wasn't wrong. And
because it was high.
Yeah. And that's where Bruce Oxenford, as the senior umpire in that twosome, should have been straight away, look, let's go upstairs and clear this up. It's a simple thing here. If that ball, let's say Mitch Santner had got a top edge, straight up, caught. First thing they do, the umpires, is go upstairs.
Yeah.
They go upstairs to check on the height because he's been out. It's the same as they do with a front foot no ball or a front foot ball decision when there's a wicket.
Yeah.
The first thing they do is go upstairs and check it. So I just do not, for the life of me, understand the protocol that happened. I think everybody just got a little bit confused. And in the end, the decision that was made was probably the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the wrong decision because I think it was a no ball. It was too high.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot of
Generally, I
confusion.
think, generally with no balls are the easiest thing to judge using technology.
And somehow they're the ones who are complicating the most
We use
in this
technology
tournament.
for ball tracking. It's the toughest place to use technology, ball tracking.
Yeah.
But we use technology routinely for ball tracking. No ball is the easiest to use technology for. Did he cross the front foot? Excuse me, I've got a locked off camera.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just quickly check the locked off camera. It's not going to take more than 5-10 seconds. The game is going on anyway. I'm not holding up the game. Before the next ball is bowled, I'll tell you if it is a no ball or no. It's the easiest thing in the world to do.
But I'll tell you one thing. There was a front foot no ball earlier and we never saw a replay.
Well,
Go figure. Right now, I just want to tell you that we have a joy factor question. I'm giving you so much to think about back to back because there's a joy factor question coming. Here it is. Real quick. The joy factor question for today. Come on, show it now. Game is starting. In what way was the 1997 New Zealand versus Zimbabwe test match in Harare unique in international cricket? Simon Doull cannot give that answer because he was
I know the answer.
probably emotionally involved in it.
There's actually two. I think Joy's made a great question, but there are two answers.
Oh.
Because it was kind of unique in two ways.
it's tough to find one. He's found two.
If you find,
The plot thickens.
if you can find both, I'm going to give you a special prize. Name both, I'll give you a special prize. If you get Joy's answer,
What will you give them? You watch your jacket.
have a
The
normal
jacket's nice.
prize.
Give
It
them
is
the
a nice jacket. It's actually not even mine.
You can still give it away.
Can I?
It's even better to give away than if it's not yours.
It's yours.
Just give it away.
You can tell it's yours because
It's not fitting, yeah?
I can't quite. I love it though. But I can't quite
what are
get
they?
it.
The Risotto Raiders? The Risotto Raiders. Gotta raid that
But I
risotto
like,
little
I do like it. I'm going to go and get some.
I'll take you shopping. But one sec, hang on. The game has started.
And Joe Denley's made a stunning debut. He's got bowled first ball.
Bowled first ball by Ishant Sharma. Ooh, so do we even do the guessing game now with that piece of information? Real quick guessing game for the MPL Super Couch.
No problem.
KKR batting first. What are they going to get?
Joe Denley will get a duck.
Okay. Bring the coach. In fact, put it in his bag. Take it with him. With the jacket.
My goodness. I still think they've got batting power to get plenty of runs on that surface, so I will go 187.
187.
I'll go. Okay, let's go close and have some fun. I'll go 184.
184.
Ooh.
So should I go to my regular 182? I mean, I never win. No, I'll go
195. Go, chalo.
I'll go 163.
Oh, low,
164.
low balling.
164. I'll lowball it.
Okay.
But the good thing is Shubman Gill's opened the batting. So
Good.
So Mangill is over the bat. I want a big range of stuff. All right, so we're going to go now. Hopefully we've given you enough stuff to think about. We will see you the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. And now we're going to leave in slow motion. And we'll show you a replay as well.
I think the producer will cut long.